Oh, the parent reset. Jordan, today we're going to laugh and we're going to cry. We're going to talk about a pretty important topic here today, man.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. When we talk about resetting, think about how many things you have to do in your life these days to reset them, to get them to work properly. Whether it's your phone's acting up, your computer's acting up. Nowadays, these electric vehicles, or just like, even if you have a gas-powered car and you notice all the electronics are freaking out, sometimes you got to pull over and literally start the car over for it to function properly again, right? It's the
That's so
silliest thing.
true.
Is this so
I
true?
hadn't thought about that.
But
Yeah, like we do have to reset a lot of things. A lot of things require a lot of attention when you're an adult.
So why is it that we don't think that we need to reset? Why is it that we think that we could run on empty for the rest of our lives and be good? Like, no. We have to actually check in with ourselves before we wreck ourselves, as we say a lot on this
That's
podcast.
so true. That's a nice 1990s poet named Ice Cube talked about that. Yeah,
He's a
but
great poet.
I think this
It's like
is
him and Dr. Seuss. They're right there together.
I think this is an important podcast because I think a lot of parents listening right now, they need a reset and they don't even realize it. I think there's a lot of parents that don't even know how to do a reset, or their spouses are a mess.
Ooh. Yeah. And how am I supposed to tell my spouse? Like, hey, honey, I think you need a reset. Why don't you go outside and give yourself 5? That ain't going to work well at all.
I'm just excited to do it because I see a lot of the, how do I say this?
Yeah.
If you don't do a reset, if you don't take care of your car, bad things are going to happen. If you don't take care of your teeth, I'm really into oral hygiene. Bad things are going to happen. But if you do not take care of your parenting mind, bad things are going to happen. And I see a lot of that in my profession. Right?
I was going to say, I mean, we're getting into, it's the new year, it's a new cycle, a new calendar. We're kind of working our way into maybe goal setting or whatever it is. But you wanted to do this podcast, this idea.
Yeah, man.
Is it because of something that popped up in your life recently? Did you have to help someone who's going through something that needed a reset? Why do you think you wanted to share this episode?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Let me think for a second, because here's everyone's life is, I guess, unique. And some things that are unique about my life is that I have men calling me and they tell me that my wife has given me an ultimatum. I need to work with you and I need to change my parenting. Otherwise, she's going to leave me. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy to be the person they're talking about.
Yeah.
That immediately does not put you on their A-list when they call you.
What
You're like, who? Like, who is this guy my wife is sending me to?
Right.
Oh, he has all the answers? Fine. I'll give him a call. I'll see what this magic Sean Donohue has to say. Hey, dude, this is John. So, they immediately have this, like, what are you going to tell me that's going to fix me, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. It's intense. It's
bet.
emotional. But yeah, it's more. Here, I have here's some other stories that are, in that same realm. I have parents who said, yeah, we just had some violence in the house, and we're a mess, and we need some help. Or can I? I'll just do a few other super short.
No, keep going.
Like either the child got very violent, or in some circumstances the parent, got violent.
Okay, so there's some kind of physicality that led to this ultimatum.
Or not. We've changed the subject from ultimatum. It's just like it escalated, and now the parents are a hot mess, and they're reaching out for professional help because they didn't do a reset. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, here's what happens if you keep going down these paths. You end up talking to someone like me, or things get worse. Or like, how about this? Like, parents call me because things are escalating with their teenager, and the teenager is now like just in a horrible spot, refusing to go to school, talking about suicidal ideation, talking about how much they hate their family, they hate themselves. The parents are on the verge of divorce. Or that I'm at a breaking point because my kids are a mess, my house is a mess, and my co-parent is such an enabler. They will not do anything, and they undermine me. Or my co-parent, my ex, is a total weirdo. I send my kids over there for 50%, and they come back, and they're a mess. They're all dysregulated. Or it could be something like this, like, you know what? We have a great home. I feel like I'm a great parent. We've given our kids nice things, but my kids are just spoiled brats. And we've been on this path, and I should have stopped it years ago. We should have called you years ago, but here we are.
Yeah.
That's like what led me to want to do an episode called The Parent Reset. Was that helpful at all?
Yeah, and in fact, when you started this podcast, you said, we're going to laugh a little, we're going to cry a little. And in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, dude, we're going to cry a little bit. Like, come on. But I'm being real with you for a second. When you just listed a lot of those scenarios, that was real life crap right there. That was real life. Like, there were tears in those families. Some of those families are so broken. And now all of that weight is coming on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So for you, this has got to be like, dude, this is like, I have to step up to the plate to help this family out, or they could continue to crumble.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's got to be hard for Sean.
Yeah.
Getting unloaded on all, and you're like, I got to figure out a path of success for these families. And so you probably do cry with these families a lot.
It's scary.
I bet it's scary.
It's scary sometimes because
because I wouldn't know.
I just care. I care so much, and I just wish they had called me like a little earlier before it got this bad. This is why I want to do this episode,
Yeah, no, this is great. Thank you.
Right?
No, I'm glad. And I'm going to learn something. Everyone's going to learn something here. And maybe this is going to be one of those where you have to send it to your spouse and say, hey, listen.
Right.
I need you to listen to
Right.
this, and we might need to go talk to this guy.
Here's a little foreshadowing. We're going to talk a little bit more about signs that you need a reset. Symptoms that might be happening inside of you that you may not be aware of. Like, when your check engine light comes on your car, that's a bad thing, but it's actually a good
Just leave it. It'll go away after a while.
It's actually a good thing, right? It's actually a
yeah.
good thing because you're aware, okay, something is going on. And so this is like a little check engine light episode, but also here's a little thing. I mentioned the word ultimatum. An ultimatum is like, it's not good to get an ultimatum, but it can be good. Actually, it could be a good thing to give an ultimatum because it could be like a wake-up call. You know what? I need you to do this, or else I'm leaving. I need to do this, or else. So yeah, this is like how.
But no one likes to be backed in a corner.
No.
Like that. But sometimes you need to be grabbed by the collar, shoved up against the
Yeah.
wall, and say, "Stop what you're doing."
Sometimes some of the best choices that spouses have made is they've given their spouse an ultimatum because that's what it took.
That's what.
Because they were trying to get them onto a different path for months or years, and they wouldn't do it. So they're like, I love them. I'm not giving up. My next loving choice is an ultimatum.
And then that's with spouses, and then it's got to be tough with the kids too, with an ultimatum for them if they've gotten to any of these stages that you highlighted.
Well, that's a big part of our work is we show parents how to do interventions. We have that's a big part of our firm, of what we do. We coach parents on how to get their kids on healthy paths, whether they're 7 or 17. It's a lot easier at 7 than it is 17.
Right. And I think the big thing too, before we highlight these 10 signs you need a reset, is the fact that we all need a reset, like we were talking about.
do.
We all need to just take a breath.
Yeah.
And even if you think everything's kind of okay, it's good to instill some of these practices, even if you're not at that ultimatum level.
I'm going to say the same thing you said in a different way. I mean, that was a really important thing you said.
It's like, I remember my pastor back in the day went to counseling with his wife, and the counselor said, what are you guys here for? What do you need to work on? And they're like, nothing specifically. We just want to make sure this lasts another 25 to 50 years. Yeah. So they were going preemptively just because. Yep. So what I'm trying to say is it's good to do these, even if you're not in a situation that Sean highlighted. It's good to just do these anyway.
Yes, having resets is what healthy adults do. It's what healthy marriages do. And so if you're not doing these resets, then bad things are going to happen. In fact, that's a good transition. We're going to do 10 signs that you need a reset. All right? And we're due. All right? We have this episode kind of mapped out with these little sections. So here's a section. Jordan, get us started. First sign.
First sign.
That
Let's say you've had an explosion. You explode, right? You snap, you yell, you slam doors, right? Maybe you say things and you didn't mean to say it, so you regret it because the pressure has built up for so long, the pot is now boiling over, and that's you.
sign number 2, you do the opposite. You shut down. You're emotionally absent. You're emotionally disappearing. You're going silent. You're going cold. You're retreating. That's a sign.
That's a sign. How about this sign? You micromanage everything. You want to say about everything because so much of your life is out of control, right? That you have to feel like now I have to control all the small things. Maybe how the kids are talking, maybe how they're walking, maybe how your spouse is breathing. You don't load the dishwasher this way, you load it this way. Your life is so chaotic, you're trying to micromanage everything.
Sign number 4, you are over-disciplined or you're in a discipline cycle. Too many rules, too many threats, too much punishments, too much intensity. That's a sign for a reset.
Okay, what about under discipline, right? They give up, stop enforcing boundaries, stop following through. You're just like, I've said so much and you're not listening, whatever. And you throw your hands up and you're like, I just can't anymore.
Sign number 6 has got to be one of the biggest signs that you need a reset. You run away into numbing, into self-medication. You're into the wines. You're into the drinks. You're into the sweets. You're into the binge watching or the binge shopping. Anything you need to calm or to cease that overwhelming feeling.
Makes sense. A lot of us have been there. How about sign number 7? You look for anybody except yourself to blame. You're pointing fingers. It's the spouse's fault. It's the kid's fault. It's the school. It's the teacher. If they only would have done this. It's everybody except themselves. When you're overwhelmed, your brain goes to maybe hunting for a villain. Where's the problem? Who is it? And you never point that finger back at yourself, do you?
Sign number 8. Oh, so dangerous. You are fantasizing about escape. I wish I could just disappear. Maybe I should have an affair. Maybe I should just leave. Maybe I should just run away. I wish I could just quit. You're fantasizing about an alternative, grass is greener reality.
Right. Or what if, sign number 9, you become so sarcastic, so harsh. Like, you used to be fun to be around and laugh, and now you're just snappy. You make these comments that aren't helpful. You are always putting out the guilt trip. You're rolling your eyes. All right. Maybe there's some passive aggression, right? That can make a relationship go south fast.
Sign number 10. Your triggers are off the charts. You are making quick comments, quick threats, quick strong statements, quick punishments. You are just not mindful. You are mindless in how you're going around talking, and you are reacting.
I think we've all at times been on any of these, but these are signs that you can be like, okay, maybe I actually need to take a second and reset, right? And we're going to give you tips on like what to do, what a reset is. A lot of you know what it is, but Sean, listening to all these, I've done all of them.
Yeah, me too. I've done all of them too.
I've done all of them.
I've done all of them too. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. We're laughing about it because it's like, it was kind of depressing listening to that list. It was kind of, It was kind of intense.
It was. And don't think that you're perfect and that's never happened to you. And we should go the counter. If this has never happened to you, that doesn't mean you still don't need a reset, right? You could be Mr. Lackadaisical, cool Stu, but you might not be the perfect self, or you might still have some turmoil that you're not aware of.
I think also we have to acknowledge that there's a number of parents listen to this, and as they were listening, they weren't thinking about themselves. They were thinking about their spouse. Like, oh my gosh, my spouse is not doing well. My spouse needs a reset. So whether it be you, someone you love, we're glad you're here. How about we do this? In our next little part, we want to break this down a little bit more, and we want to help you understand yourself. We want to open up the hood to your car and talk about parenting psychology so you better understand yourself, your own mindfulness, your own mindlessness, how to fill your own tank and charge your own batteries. And so let's do that. Let's go. We're going to share a few things.
Okay. All right. I like that idea. Because sharing is caring.
Right. So let's break it down. Here's some things to think about. All right. And then we will get to the parts and we'll give you some really creative ideas on how to do really lasting resets. But again, let's just make this like a mindful exercise. Whether you're listening to this at home or in your car, just take a few really big, deep breaths in through your nose.
My nose is broken.
Slowly
It's hard to breathe.
exhale through your mouth. Feel the relaxation in your shoulders, in your jaw. Wiggle your toes. Shake your knees and relax because we're all there. It's like a little mini reset right now. We all need these things. I love to tell my members, my VIP members, like, look, when your life's really hard, when your marriage is really hard, when every day just feels hard, it means you need more time for yourself. You need more time to love yourself and more time for self-care. And that's part of the problem because when life's really hard, you end up taking less time for yourself because it's just you're in this like survival mode, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a balance between too selfish and doing too much for yourself or being too selfless and not doing enough for yourself. But you always got to take care of number one. Like if you can't take care of yourself, how are you supposed to take care of everybody around you in your life? And so many of us will go years without taking care of ourselves.
And you convince yourself why you can't take care of yourself, why you don't
not
have enough money, you're not worthy, it's too you're too selfish. You have all people who don't take care of themselves are really great lawyers at convincing themselves that they are not worthy of it and they don't know how.
Yeah.
And then they don't reset and then they're a mess and then a big explosion happens. So here's a couple more signs to think about. All right. And I'm going to tell a couple personal stories about this. All right. So part of good parenting is kind of like giving your child a predictable, loving home. Don't you agree with that? Like, it's like a stable home. Doesn't that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Right.
It's just like I need a stable job,
Yeah.
right, to go to, or having a stable spouse, or everybody needs stability in their life. I think that's the most important thing. That's why schedules are so important.
I mean, if you look at like my high school experience, there was a lot of stableness there with my mom, my stepdad, but there was also like so much chaos, like arguments, blow-ups, horrible things that happened to my family members, just trauma that we occurred. And then I went off, Jordan, and I went to 6 colleges. 6 colleges in 5 years.
I didn't realize you went to 6. My gosh.
And so I was traveling from Santa Barbara to Chico to San Diego to San Diego. And I was just trying to figure it out, man. I was driving around my 1986 Honda Accord, moving from here to there, taking student loans. I was surviving. You know, I had no parents helping me out. Well, that's not true. Yeah. I did get a little bit of parental support, but I was pretty much raising myself and I was on my own, you know.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, at that stage of life, you are trying to figure things out and you've got a lot going on.
So then it makes sense. What happened to me happens to a lot of us. We ended up then falling in love, getting married, having babies, and then your life becomes these routines. You know, 1 nap a day, 2 naps a day, and you survive through these routines, right? If you can't do the routines, you're a hot mess.
Correct.
And then
keep going.
And then you reach a certain age. It could be in the first year, first 2 years, could be age 5 of your kid, and you're just like, oh my gosh, these routines are killing me. My life, what happened to my life? This life sucks. I'm so like bored, or I'm so upset. I'm so disenchanted. I'm so angry at my spouse. I hate my job. I hate my life. This sounds pretty typical, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think that happens a lot to a lot of us, and then we eventually get into like a midlife crisis, and then we go buy like a Ferrari.
A Ferrari. Oh, dude, I had mine at like age 36. Quit my job, started this business. Yeah, that was a great choice. All right. Anyways, here's what I'm trying to say is, if you're experiencing the same stuff, different day, exhaustion or overload, if you feel like this parenting is a grind and you're running on fumes, maybe you're doing too much, maybe you're working too much, maybe you're not saying no enough, maybe you are not resting enough, you're not vacationing enough. It's time for you to have a reset.
That's good. How about, like, do you ever reflect on yourself, or no, this would be even better.
Okay.
Your spouse. You're in a situation, and your spouse will say something like, "You were just like your father.
Oh, ouch.
You were." That's something your mother would say. Like, first off, don't ever say
Messed
that
up.
to
Don't
your spouse because it just never ends well. What did you just say?
Oh, gosh.
But there's some truth to that. I mean, we are descendants of our parents. They're descendants of their parents. There is a family lineage here, but sometimes we do inherit these scripts in our DNA from our childhood, and it can haunt us as we get older. No matter what you do to try to outgrow it or outsmart it or outweave it or change it, sometimes it's deep down. What's that saying? Gosh, it's from the movie Swordfish. You know me, I love movies.
Right.
Hugh Jackman back in
Swordfish?
the day.
I don't know that movie.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Think of it.
Halle Berry, Hugh Jackman, John Travolta. He goes, oh no, Halle Berry says to him, you could take the girl out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the girl. They say it in Florida. You could take a girl or a guy out of South Florida, but you can't take South Florida, right? It's like whatever, where you were, you grew up, it's like with you.
So true.
And so
It's
we
so true.
inherit these scripts from our childhood that we carry with us, right? And so sometimes we need a reset to help us figure out how to navigate that and not allow it to hurt the people we're with, whatever it can be.
Can I tell you a personal story? So we're going to start a couples group in our home in the next 1 to 3 months. And we're going to invite some other married couples to join us. And we're going to do like a group that's just going to be all about supporting our marriages, supporting our families, and focus it around like marriages and the Bible and positivity and being real and sharing stories with each other. And
I feel like you do that every Sunday. Don't you have families over for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner every weekend?
that is a chill like hangout time at our house on Sundays.
Okay.
But yeah, this is going to be like an intentional group for like 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, great. That's amazing, dude. Good job. In fact, I've got family, my brother and sister-in-law. They're going to one right now, a couples session, and they said it's amazing.
And one of the reasons why we're going to do this is because we see some of these couples who we love, and we see some of them floundering at times or making some big mistakes that we want to help them with because maybe they're younger couples. And so I wasn't planning on telling this story, but you said like
Go for it.
that section you just had about the past, right? And how it still is with us.
Yeah.
One of the couples that is going to be in this group, when they lose their temper with each other, that's what they do. They start like calling each other names and calling each other, you're just like your mom, you're just like your dad. It's like there's no rules. It's like they don't have any rules when you lose your temper. And maybe that's true. Maybe that is true that when this couple like is at their worst, they are acting like their parent or like their trailer park or like their Florida, whatever.
Sure.
But telling someone they're doing that is not really helpful. It actually is a sign that you need a reset because you just said something horrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a diss. It's 100% a diss, and it's not loving. And if this couple has these rules where they could just fling ammo like that at each other, they got to be disarmed because that is not helpful for anybody.
Well, here's another sign. It's similar to what we've just been chatting about as we talk about your psychology.
Yeah.
I want you to really know yourself, and I want you to know your best days and your worst days. And when you're drained, we're all prone to go back to these survival mode traits: fight, flees, or fawn. And mine is avoidance, is shutting down, is in deep isolation or independence and having a cold heart. This is like what I do when I'm at my worst. And I know that if I'm heading in that direction or if my heart is going there, it means like, I need a reset. Can I ask you like a personal question? Do you, when you're like at your worst, like where do you sense yourself going or your heart like leaning you when you're like, you're in the danger zone?
I think I'm with you to a point. I definitely will just shut down, or I also will get negative thoughts. Like, the next one psychologically that I was going to highlight was like you take everything personally. So like for me, it's like I'll go into second guessing everything. Like, let's say it's me and my wife. Like, does she even care about me anymore?
Yeah.
Like, why is she purposely doing this to hurt me?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
do my kids even care if I'm there? Do they want a different dad? Like just second guessing everything and my own self worth.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while, which is great. It shows a lot of personal growth. And I haven't gotten that negative feeling.
That's great.
But there were a lot of years of that negative feeling, and it's a feeling I don't ever want again. Like it hurts from the inside. You're just like, it's this thing that you can't remove without talking through it, without going through it with the other person that is helping you cause that feeling.
True story. 3 days ago, I was talking to my buddy Brandon on the phone. What up, Brandon Wu? And Brandon's going to be, him and his wife are going to be in this little marriage group we're going to do.
Nice.
And
Okay.
we were talking about how much we all need the group and how many hurting people are out there. And he casually tells me the story that he's chatting with this guy at his kid's sports practice. And this guy says to him, "Yeah, I'm thinking about having an affair, just having a side piece." What do you?
Oh my gosh, he said that out loud?
Yeah, he said that out loud. And he
My
said, and
gosh.
he asked Brandon for his advice. What do you think I should do
What?
it? Do you think I should do it?
Oh my gosh.
I know. I responded that way too. I was like, how well do you know this guy? Are you guys like super tight? He said, no, I don't even know him that well. I was like, what? Why would he even ask you that?
Oh my
And
gosh.
my response to Brandon was a few things. But one of the things I said is, dude, that guy's in the danger zone because he's either already doing it, he already is having an affair, and he's just kind of looking for you for like
Confirmation. Yeah, for sure.
Like, am I
dude.
not
Yeah.
a bad person? Like, please confirm that to me. Or he's just in this world, like we talked about, fantasy, and he's now fantasizing this like perverted dream. He's talking to this guy about like, hey, let's perv out and talk about side pieces at a kid's sport event.
Okay, so to expand on that for a second, since we're going on this tangent, there's a couple in my world that you could tell something is off. You're saying these couples really need it.
Yeah.
Like so many of us need this, but no one ever takes the leap to like, hey, we're going to do this like and do it like legit. So like we can all tell, like there's side conversations going on. Like, did they're acting different. They're drinking more. The kids are distant. The husband's this. Yeah. And so it's like so awkward because no one says anything to the couple. They're saying it to everybody around the couple. Like it's like everyone can see it. It's a bomb going off and it's ticking down, but no one's going to actually disarm it. So like my question is like to Brandon or to me, how serious do I make this? Like we're friends, but am I supposed to be like, hey, I want to check on your marriage? Like it could get very weird if you're not in like an official setting.
I hope Brand's okay with me saying this again. I think he is. But what's so cool about this guy, Brandon? He's like, this is where he's at in his life, where he's like, I am becoming this new man where I'm just going to not talk about sports with people or the weather. No offense about the weather.
No, that's no, you're all good.
I want to be bolder in how I speak to my friends and how I speak to people. Like I don't want to just like pretend that like that's okay. And part of why he wants to join the group is because he wants to learn how to like
do that.
Be a more bolder, better friend and man to the people in his life.
Which can be tough because like if you're that guy, then people are going to hold stuff from you. Like, well, we can't do this in front of that person because he's too good or he's too serious. He'll ask me, and then you might lose friends that way. But on the other aspect of that, you can make such closer bonds with people and closer friends because you are that.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, life is so much more than just drinking wine with people or talking about your latest sports or your favorite concerts. No offense to concerts. And it's just like, you're either really going deep with people in your life or you're just playing a game. a shallow game. You're just in the kiddie pool, and that pool is so unsatisfactory. Like, you got to outgrow the kiddie pool. And
well, it's got a bunch of urine in it. And
yeah, it's like even
gross.
relationships are shallow, and you're just talking about this and that, and where you vacation, and how your spouse is so annoying, or how your spouse is so perfect. You got to get out of that kiddie pool and grow up and experience life to the fullest. All right, we're almost there. We're almost to 10 creative ways to do a reset. We got a couple more things to chat about. What's our next one, Jordan?
All right, so I kind of alluded to it. Take everything personally. We're too sensitive. We get emotionally hijacked. We get stuck in a defensive pattern. We feel disrespected a lot by our spouse or by our kids, right? And so we're just like, we feel like everybody's beating up on us. When the reality is they probably aren't even thinking twice about it. You just are taking that more personally. So this could be another deeper meaning that yourself need a reset.
Yeah, taking things so personally. How about this? Do you find yourself just kind of feeling sad a lot, feeling depressed, feeling kind of hopeless?
Yeah.
Feeling like
there's nothing to look forward to.
Life
right?
is just sad and boring.
Right.
You need a reset, my friend, because the mind is so powerful. The mind is so powerful. You can wake up and you can have cancer. You can have problems with your marriage. You can have problems with your finances, and you can find joy and gratitude in happiness despite your circumstances. Billions of people have done that. Trillions of people are doing that right now. You can have through a lot of different reasons, through your mind, through your spirit, through your religion, through so many things. You can find joy despite painful circumstances. So you need a reset if that's you.
Yeah, I heard this saying the other day. It says the hardest thing that you're going through is the hardest thing that you go through. So what that means is like your hard could be someone else's easy.
Yes.
Someone always has it harder than you, right? And so just know that like the world is not going to be done because of what you're going through. Someone else has gone through the exact same path that you have, and there are people out there that'll help you go through it.
One of my favorite, I think probably my number one Disney movie of all time, and definitely I think it's got to be top 20 movie. I don't think it gets enough credit. Enchantment.
Oh,
Amy Adams and Patrick
She is good in that.
Dempsey.
It's adorable. It's a musical.
I'm not really into
So
musicals.
good.
I
It's so
adore
good.
this movie. I love everything. I think it's the perfect movie. I can't believe people don't talk about it more. I love this movie.
I think the second one flopped, and so it's like, oh, that whole series was weird. But the first one is so good.
Part 2 was called Disenchantment, and it was like a decade later. In their age,
Not
they
good.
look. I thought
Not
it was
good.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay, but we all want an enchanted lifestyle.
Totally.
But speaking of it, we all experience deep disenchantment. This is a part of being a parent. Mm-hmm. This is a part of being alive. You feel deep disenchantment. The question for you and I is this. What are you going to do about it? All right. We got one or two more signs. What else is another sign that that you need a reset?
Last one. We parent out of fear, out of shame, right? We don't want to raise a brat or a bully. We don't want to mess up, so maybe we don't do enough, or maybe we think we went too hard and we're messing up, and so we're just like, let's just keep it even keel, right? That could be a problem on both sides, right? You're worried about losing control, right? Not being enough. Like I was asking, like, am I enough for them? Like, do they think that I'm not? Do they want someone else? So again, it's like there's no right way. There's no wrong way. Everybody does it their way. You could take a little of this, the idea over here, what this parent does, but make it your own, which is what makes you unique, right? So like, just think about that. You are a unique parent. You are a unique spouse. You are a unique individual. And you have to take that with some sense of like ownership and be like, no, what I'm doing is great. And then if you realize like, okay, maybe that doesn't work, then what you say to yourself is, well, what I'm going to learn from this is going to make me even greater and continue to adapt.
Well said. When I was listening to you describe that, an image that came across my mind is just like an anxious parent. They're anxious because they're so like afraid of things. And then you gave them great advice. Hey, I just thought of something really creative. One more sign that you need to reset. Okay. So there's a very popular YouTube channel. Have you ever heard of Cart Narcs?
No.
Cart Narcs. All right. So Cart Narcs has been around for like a decade, and it's popular on Instagram and TikTok too. Here's what it is. So there's this guy, he's based out of LA, and he hangs out in grocery store shopping parking lots.
Okay.
And
if you don't put the cart back, he narcs on
he
you?
goes up to people with his little camera, and and when they don't return the shopping cart, he goes,
Yeah.
hey, excuse me, ma'am, can you please return your shopping cart? And then what happens is people go nuts. They freak out.
Because they got caught.
They get so angry at him. They go from like 0 to 10. And they say crazy stuff to him. And then he was actually on the Dr. Phil show, because what he'll do is that if these people ignore him or whatever they do, if they don't return the cart, he has these magnets and he throws them on people's cars. And
oh my gosh.
The magnets say like, I didn't return my cart.
Better.
Yeah, something like that. Or, I'm bad at returning carts. It's just a magnet.
Yeah.
It's like, and then what happens is people go crazy. And they like talk about killing him. They run after him. They cuss him out. And he has this all on camera. And then he uploads it without their permission onto YouTube. And he has millions of followers. What is it?
Dude, that is hilarious. I have to watch this right now.
I'm,
This is so
I'm
funny.
really into
because
it.
I remember getting into a conversation with someone on Facebook, and he's like, there's only two kinds of people in this world. Those who put the carts away and those who don't. And how many times have you walked past a empty Coke bottle and thought, man, I should pick that up, but then you don't. And then you have this like little Jiminy Cricket, like, you should have picked it up. You're a bad person. You don't put the cart away in the right spot. I'm like, I should turn around and go put it back. Isn't that so funny how like these little things make us feel a certain way? Yeah. In fact, so much so where they want to fight this kid.
They want to. So he's not a kid. He's older now. He's been doing it for a long time. But so here's a couple things good things that came out of Cart Narcs. One is I return every cart now. Like I return other people's carts. Two, I don't get upset when people don't return their carts, because I actually worked for a grocery store, Safeway, for 2 years. And part of my job was bagging groceries, but I was the cart boy. You're going up picking up the carts. You just get used to it.
Yeah.
It never got upset. But now when I look at men who are not returning their carts, I do get a little salty. Because that's what he goes after them. He's like, look at you. You're a big, strong guy, and you're not returning your carts. But what does this have to do with today's episode? Here's what it has to do. Most of the people that, if you ever see a Cart Narc video, you're not going to enjoy these videos, because these people get very upset. And you kind of feel...
It's just hard to watch.
It's hard to watch. Because you kind of feel bad for them that, like, they're on camera.
Yeah.
And they're, like, kind of being shamed for losing their temper. But for me, I'm like overanalyzing this. And so it makes me think, like, why would you get so upset out of a guy asking you to return a cart or throwing a magnet on your car? It's just a magnet. He's just a fun guy making a silly video. It just for me, as I overanalyze this, it's just a sign that there's so many angry people in the world. There's so many disconnected people in the world, and there's so many people that need resets.
Yeah. And no one likes to be attacked, right? I mean, if you want to bring it back full circle to like this episode of like needing to do a reset, some people might feel this strongly about when their spouse comes up to them and says, hey, you need to go to Sean Donohue. You need to listen to what he has to say, right? If you come up to me and be like, you need to put the cart away, but now we're talking about something even more serious, I might feel this defensive as well. Like, well, who are you to tell me what maybe you need?
Yeah.
So,
yep.
So, I mean, we all don't like to be criticized like that. there's an interesting way to do it, and I'm so glad that like there's someone like you to help facilitate this, because if it was just me trying to go and fix my spouse or help my kids, I don't know if I could do it by myself. I don't have the right verbiage, the language.
Right.
You're so good with processing all that, so you need a median. You need someone in the middle ground.
Well, that's what we are going to do now. You did it, everybody. You listened to 40 minutes of our podcast, and now we're at the last section. It's the best section. It's the positive section. It's the part
what you need to do.
where we share. But here's a couple things that before we tell you these 10 things. Here's what a reset is and what a reset isn't. A reset isn't you just going out to coffee. A reset is not you just like going for a walk around the block. A reset is not you just being like, you know what, let's go to therapy one time. No, a reset is like a deep, intentional change that you're going to be intentional about and be like, we are really going to reset and get back into a good path. So here are 10 pretty drastic things that you will hopefully be doing and doing them on a regular occasion, and then doing regular littler things you need to do, to keep yourself on a good path. All right.
Right.
All right.
So tip number 1, if you need a reset, is I disagree with Sean. I think you can go to a coffee shop to book a reset, but you're just going to do it like Paris, or you're going to go to Colombia and get some Colombian coffee. So the first tip is book a couple's getaway, right? Full disconnect from the kids, full disconnect from the chores, from the house, from your typical routine, your busy schedule. This allows you to breathe, to reconnect, to laugh again, right? No more sarcasm. You get back into this vibe that like, oh wait, I still like you. We're not just roommates. We're teammates. We're one. We've became one, and we've been so distant, but let's come back together. And gosh, I mean, I've got 3 kids, 11, and 6. We don't do a lot of couple getaways. I mean, we did one right after our twins were born, and that was awesome. We missed them like crazy. We like doing family trips. Our last getaway that I can remember, my wife loves Pitbull. So she's like, hey, let's go see Pitbull. Yes. So we literally flew down to Florida for a day, watched Pitbull, had a great time, spent the night, and then came back the next morning. Awesome. And it was a great little getaway. It was awesome.
So great. And you guys wore the bald caps, right?
Yeah, of course.
That look like bald Pitbull. That's so cool.
Yeah. It was so fun. But, doing little things like that is totally cool. Like, if you're from a college and you want to go to a college football game together and it's out of state, like, I know it's
couples
hard,
getaway.
Sean. Couples get, but, like, with finances, things can be tough. But, like, I think if you're desperate enough, you could literally reach out and be like, hey, me and my spouse are going through something. Can anybody help us to reconnect? And I'm sure there's people out there that are willing to help.
I love that. We are, Daniel and I are going to go to Napa tomorrow because we are going to be celebrating our anniversary.
Which is so funny because you guys don't drink wine.
We do not drink anymore. It's been 3 years for me.
Congrats,
but we enjoy
awesome.
Coffee shops. We enjoy architecture. We enjoy good foods.
Good.
We actually, and so, I think like Daniel and I, we're not great at a lot of things. We're not great at date nights. We enjoy, but this is something that we both really have in common, especially for our anniversary. We try to get away as a couple, just get away 2 to 4 times a year, just us two. And it just is such a good reset for us. It's like something I can look forward to. Like, hey, if we're not connecting as well here or there, like, hey, we have this thing coming up. All right. Idea 2 is a little unique or very unique. Go on a solo trip. Or if that doesn't sound like that's for you, because not for everybody, well, then go on a friends-only getaway. Jordan, do you know anyone who's ever done a solo trip?
No.
What are your thoughts on
Not with kids. What
are your thoughts on a solo trip?
Okay. Let me think of a solo trip that could work. Sean Don comes up to Danielle and says, "Hey, I really want to backpack up and over this mountain ridge. It's going to take me 3 days." Okay, I could totally get on board with you doing that. You've got a goal. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. But if you're like, hey, I'm going to go to Nashville and spend the weekend, it's like, to do what? Oh, just to explore the city. With who? No one, by myself. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
That is a little weird. Yeah.
It's a little odd. So bros trips, gals trips, those are great.
Oh my gosh. One of the I think one of the reasons why my wife is kind of doing so well is that I've been asking her and wanting her to do girls trips, more.
Yeah.
And she's doing it now. And
Oh,
I
wow.
love it. It's so good.
Now you're gonna have to get to a point where like you swap the trip. Like you do what she would do, and then she would do what you would do on your guy show. She's gonna go
So
crabbing
different.
and
Oh
fishing
my gosh.
and hiking, and then you're gonna go out and I don't know, go drink matcha or whatever the heck that stuff's called, and you're gonna go from shop to shop.
My only, my 2 cents, my advice is that if you do a friends only trip, my strong encouragement to you is that you would really watch your alcohol, have no alcohol, or just limit your alcohol, because it might feel like such a great fun time, but you don't want to create friendships that are just kind of rooted around partying or alcohol, or
True.
like this is a special time. Go out there and bro out with your homies, or with your sisterhood, and if that, do what you need to do to kind of reset yourself so you can come back and be the best parent and the best spouse you can be. All right.
All right. Tip number 3: start a therapy group like Sean's doing, maybe a couples therapy. Okay, I think that'd be great. Maybe it's just for you two. Maybe it's, I guess you could do personal therapy, but I think it's better if you join it together. If something's wrong with the couple, if it's something with the kid, maybe, using Sean or some kind of family coach that can help you with your kids. This can be hard, very hard, because how often, Sean, do both couples come to you be like, we both decided to do this. We thought it'd be good.
It's actually growing quite a bit, but you're right. It's couples therapy. Oftentimes, one spouse doesn't want to do it.
Yeah,
Or
a lot
coaching
of
with me.
times.
It's like I can't get my husband on board, or it's just me. Yeah, tell me more about what you're
So
thinking.
then you would have to maybe give them an ultimatum, like you're saying, like listen to this podcast, call this person right now, or else, right? Like, how many ultimatums have we had with our kids? If you don't do this, I'm taking your phone away. But like, do you really follow through? Like, what is it that we need to do to follow through? So I think like what's important is, I've always said like personal coaching or going to a class that makes you better at a career, doing a weekend getaway. I went to Tony Robbins thing. I thought it was so great, but like whatever it is, it makes you better when you're around other people that
buddy.
are striving for the same goal.
I think ultimatums can be very unloving, and I think ultimatums can be very loving. I think back to a story from a friend about 7 years ago. His wife came to him and says, I'm done with our marriage. I want a divorce.
That's so sad.
And he was completely shocked. And we were chatting a little bit about it. I said, well, is there anything you could do to fight for the marriage, to change, to work on something? He said, I'm willing to do anything, but she's done.
Oh, no.
And so I don't know why she did what she did. She probably had a lot of valid reasons. But from an outsider's point of view, and someone who's just filming a podcast about ultimatums for a second, I wish that this woman had given this man an ultimatum or a chance. You know what I mean?
Earlier. Yeah, earlier.
So like it's like it gives people an ultimatum can be very loving and it can be very wise. Like, look, I'm about to do this, but I need you to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to do that. Because it gives someone a chance to really hear you and to see how intense you are about something.
Maybe some people, though, don't know that they're going off the deep end. Like, let's say that I'm her. Let's say it's like, okay, I'll give him another chance. Okay, I'll give him another chance. And I'm not really thinking like, okay, maybe now I'll give him an ultimatum. Maybe I'm just going through life, and then there was the straw that broke the camel's back, and you went to the cliff's edge. You're like, I'm literally done. I'm not going backwards in time. I probably should have given you an ultimatum, but I'm too far gone. So maybe you're right. Maybe there is a loving aspect to it, and we need to think: is now a time I need to offer this ultimatum?
Isn't that weird? We're never going to take a class on how to give an ultimatum, how to respond to ultimatum, how to do it in a loving way. We're all just figuring this stuff out as we go. All right, here's idea number 4 on how to do a reset. You can join me in my VIP membership. Can I tell you something about the membership that maybe you don't know?
Yeah.
I started offering people who get invited into my VIP membership a money back guarantee. And I tell them, if you join this membership with me, you should expect to love it and have major change in yourself and in your home. And if you don't,
That's bold, dude.
I want you to ask.
That's bold.
It is. And if you don't, I want you to ask me for your money back.
It's like Josh Allen saying, I guarantee a win this weekend. It's like Patrick Mahomes saying, I'm going to take you to the Super Bowl.
Guess how many people, after all these years,
Have asked for their money back. Well, I'll tell you what's about to be. If it's done, it's about to be one because I'm going to join this membership. I'm going to get my money back.
Zero. Isn't that
That's amazing,
Isn't that amazing? Not one
Yeah, it's
person
amazing.
has ever asked for their money back.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll happen one day, but it hasn't happened. It's been years. How cool is that?
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a great tip if you need a reset.
I've got something special going on with this VIP membership. All right, number 5.
Okay, declutter your home. Oh, this is a good one. I forgot about this one. So think about it. Like, think about when you get to your house and it's just like a cluttered mess and you feel like you had a long day and you come home. No one wants to come home to a messy house, right? Yeah. Clothes all over the place, dishes in the sink. Like, I get like the hard part for me right now is I'm trying to have my kids do the dang dishes. But yet, in the morning, they got their morning routine, and they don't have time to do the dishes because they got to catch the bus at some ridiculous hour. Yeah. So I got to sit there with the dishes in the dishwasher all dang day, and then so while I'm eating, it goes in the sink, and then they're building up. I'm like, gosh, dang it, I just want them in the dishwasher, but I can't do the dishes because it's their job.
Yeah.
And so it creates this like inner turmoil.
Yeah.
This is my day-to-day, right? So silly. But like literally decluttering something can be a cleanser, right? Have you ever just like gone in your garage and you're just like, I'm just going to start organizing.
So
and then you get done, you feel like you accomplished like Mount Everest.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, dude, I got these shelves put up.
Yeah.
I got room over here to put my Sea-Doo, right?
Sea-Doo.
So like it could be it could be a closet.
Yeah.
You could I've got clothes in there from high school still I should probably go through and get rid of.
How much do you think it would cost for a parent to do like not a decluttering, but to do a makeover? So they get all new like bed spreads. They get they go to Home Goods or TJ Maxx, and they get all new home decor. You know, not all new. We'll go 50%, 75%. How much do you think maybe get some new decorations here? How much do you think on a budget that would be for like a 50% home decor change?
Dude, I don't know.
On a budget.
I think it's gonna be a lot personally,
like
but I don't know because
like
I don't
3,000?
Obviously depends how big your house is.
2,000?
Yeah, I'd say
2,000.
Mm-hmm.
I think if somebody was
what you're
really, really like on a tight budget, I think they could probably do a pretty huge reset for like 2,000 from Walmart.
Yeah, you might be right.
You know? I don't know.
I've never done that
From
because I'm
Walmart?
stubborn. I'm like, no.
Right, but
We got that. Yeah.
that seems like a good idea
a good
for someone
idea.
who's like kind
That's
of
a
in
good
the
idea.
pits and feel like I need a reset. Like it's time for you to, decorate your house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Change things out. Dude, I haven't done that in years. I should totally do that.
All right, how about idea number 6 is that you create a family tech reset. If your family is really struggling, in my experience, I would say that one of the things that is going on is your family is not handling technology well. So
Who is?
call some family meetings, think it through, do it in a loving, intentional way, and just blow up those screens in your family's life and do something big and drastic to say, we're not doing this anymore. If you need help with that, contact me. Read my free book, How to Break Screen Addiction and Stop It Before It Starts. There's a bunch of great ideas in that. All right.
Here's a game that we just got that's pretty fun. It's called Chameleon. It's pretty fun. You do it with the kids. We played it over the weekend. They love it, right? You got to kind of like, remember that game BS? It was a card game, and it was like you had to lie. So the Chameleon is like you have to pretend like you're not the culprit, and then everyone's got to figure out who the culprit is, right? So it's kind of fun. I think the kids
Is it
are like
a
that's just
card
an
game?
idea. It's like a card game, cool. And you it's kind of like charades too.
I played Uno last night and had the worst attitude. It's like, oh my, I was like,
what? Dude, it's Uno.
Sometimes
Come on,
it just lasts forever, man. It's like, Kenzie, I'm so bored. Just win the game. And like, oh my gosh, it's so boring sometimes playing Uno. It just does not stop. All right. What's number 7?
All right, if your weekly schedule's out of control and you're drowning, change it. All right? Literally, don't take your kids to practice one day. I'm telling you, cut activities, right? Add a rest day. Hey, we're just going to chill. I'm going to make dinner. We're going to watch a movie. Like, I know you've got all this stuff, but I'm sorry, I cannot do it right now. And be home as a family. That's going to help.
Great
if you
advice.
If you change your schedule, it's amazing how much it can help better your mood. I mean,
So great.
it's sad we work in a society that like we have to work 5 days and we only get 2 days for reset.
Yep.
But how great is it if you have like a 3-day weekend? How great is it if you have like a random Wednesday off? Like it totally makes your week so much better.
Dude.
Just one day.
This is really good advice Jordan's giving you. It might mean you say, you know what? I'm sorry. We're going to play less sports next year. I'm sorry. We're not going to keep doing the same thing. I'm exhausted. This isn't working for me. It means you just like putting on your air mask first when you're on the airplane and being like, I can't do it all. Yeah. I'm not doing it all. Here, idea number 8 is really, really good advice. All right. It's something we actually talked about here today is think about joining some type of group or creating a group. It could be like a church group. It could just mean you taking your family to church once a week. It might mean you calling up and some friends and saying, hey, we want to host a party here at my house on Sunday evening. And if it goes well, then say, you know what? We're going to do it again next Sunday evening. You guys are welcome. And then if that goes well, say, hey, come on back next Sunday meeting. It means like you deepening your relationships and being more intentional. Because if you're feeling disconnected, if you're feeling lonely, then you know what? These are all like you're gonna see the symptoms, happen in your life. You feel like my life,
and you'll have something to look forward to on a weekly basis. Like, oh yeah, Thursday nights are gonna be fun because we've got Survivor night. Everyone comes over and watch Survivor. Is it dorky that I still watch Survivor?
No, it's so crazy how popular that show still is.
I know, it is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, tip number 9 here is take a health reset. Okay, this could be silly. Maybe you've kind of slacked on going to the gym. You've slacked on eating. You're, drinking 2 beers a night instead of 1 beer a night. I don't know what it is, but like think about how crummy you feel. Mm-hmm. Like if I don't just do 30 minutes at something of physical exercise, I can literally feel it building up. Mm-hmm. But yet if I do it, I feel so much better. Yeah. So like doing something like this is so important. That's why everyone goes to the gym in the beginning part of the year. But if you could literally stick with it, you'll be good all the way through the end of the year, and then you just do it again the next year. I mean, it's just so important for us to be physical.
I so agree. And you know what's amazing? Have you seen that there's so much great research about walking now?
Yeah, dude, everyone's got their weighted vests on,
just
going
walking,
up and down hills. Yeah,
walking is amazing for human beings. Walking. In fact, I believe that walking can actually burn more fat than jogging. Have you heard that?
I don't know. That sounds
okay.
weird.
Look it up.
Maybe. What do I know? I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Yeah, walking is such a great.
Just do something.
Yeah, do something. Prioritize your health. Your physical health is connected to your mental health. Your mental health is connected to your family health. And idea number 10 is a creative idea about really taking a family reset day at least once a month. Maybe it's once a week. Saying, hey, starting now, we're going to have this day is going to be for us. It's going to be us to be together, to reset. Maybe.
Oh, go ice skating. That's so fun.
I hate ice skating, man.
I know. No one likes it. That's why it's fun.
I hate it so much. Oh my gosh. I hate falling on that ice, man.
I know.
It's so. No, just be like, you know what? It's an intentional leadership from you. Whether it be, hey, your family's not having family meetings or family dinners. We're going to do this. Or it's like once a week, we're going to do this. Or once a month, we're going to do that. So, man, you need to be the leader in the home. So lead with these reset days. Man, we did it. I thought today's episode was so fun and so important.
Oh, it can help everybody. Even if you are already practicing the ideas we gave. It's going to be, I've learned a lot too, which is awesome. Thank you for this idea, dude. Thanks for coming up with this.
Hey, beware, everybody. Beware. The next time you're at the market or at Costco, somebody might walk up to you and it's like, hey, are you putting your shopping cart back? Beware. How you respond to that moment is going to reveal a lot about your resets. So take good care of yourself. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a positive review on Apple or podcasts. Comment on it or write us on our Instagrams and tell us what you're learning. Tell us what you like. Tell us some ideas you have for future podcasts. Thanks so much for letting Jordan and I be in your life. We love you and keep up the good work.